Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode of Unsealed on the Racing Insiders podcast. Of course, I'm Kate Dillon, and I'm here today with Steve Hendren from Hendren Racing Engines.
As usual.
Like every Sunday. So should we go ahead and kick this off like how we normally do? And well, we kick it off with one of two things: either how was your week, or what are you drinking? I'm going to vote for what are you drinking as a start. Okay. Is that because yours is going to be more climactic than mine is?
No, probably not.
Well, I'm drinking a chelada made with Pacifico, and I know it looked super awkward that I was like downing this glass upside down, so I found a straw today. I have a straw. I made it with Pacifico beer, and yeah. How about you, Steve? What are you drinking?
12-year-old single malt Scotch.
Look at you.
And a beer, probably.
Yeah. Well, is that just because people made fun of your natties last week? Your natty lights?
Probably. I gotta man up. Man up or gay downtimer.
Oh my God, we are so not a politically correct show. But I think everybody who watches our show pretty much knows that.
Yes.
Speaking of politically correct, what in the hell do you think about politics this week?
Do we need to make this show about politics or racing? Because we could make a whole fucking show out of politics.
I know, we certainly could. What's one highlight for you?
I don't know, where I signed an executive order to pay myself more.
Hey, you should totally do that.
I know.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing the same. Craziness. I don't know. I don't even have words. But, you know, there is one thing that is, I think that will be a game changer. Tell me what your thoughts are about the GameStop thing.
Oh, I think it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. Because the little guy just proved that the game is rigged against the little guy. But he proved it on a scale to where the entire world can understand it.
Yeah. And I'm glad, because you know I have been completely screwed over by a hedge fund.
Oh, absolutely. So,
to catch y'all up, I was an investor. I'm not selling, calls or anything. I literally owned these shares of stock in Zinc, is what the ticker was, and it was Horsehead Holdings. And they played game, like it was all like, hey, everything's good, and we're gonna have zinc prices are going up, and we're gonna have more production, and we're building this new facility, and all this other stuff. Then they're like, oh, we can't make our loan payment, and next thing you know, a hedge fund scooped up the company and stole all the money from all the shareholders. In fact, we had a class action lawsuit against them, and I got some tight with some of those other investors. And some really, really smart guys. So this wasn't, this really wasn't like speculative. I mean, if you looked at the numbers, it absolutely made sense that it was undervalued. Some smart people were in there in our investor group. And interestingly enough, I think the courts just don't know enough about this complicated investing.
You lost money, but you didn't lose your ass. There were some people in that group of yours that I think lost their ass.
Yeah, I only lost like $1,500 because I just don't bet big. But. Right.
But still, you're the little guy who wants to make,
Yeah. Well, I'm a little
guy.
$1,000
here or there.
Well, the little guy who did her homework.
Yeah.
I mean, because back when I was more actively trading, I'd easily get 25-30% a year on what I had going on. So, it's, and then I just got so busy with all the racing things that I just don't have the time to invest in examining the market. So let's see, we're going to say hi to some folks here, and then we can also talk about our weeks and what we've all been up to here. Lots happened. So I see Scott's here, says hi from California, land of mudslides. Hope your travels were safe. Did you see that part of Highway 1 was washed out with the mudslide?
Yeah.
Vaughn Stone is here saying, hey guys. Roy says, Scotch is horrible. Scotch isn't my drink of choice.
This is actually really good.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Scotch guy, but this.
Tell us, Dalmore. 12-year-old.
Actually really good.
Wow. Okay. It's pretty cool with like the deer head on the bottle. It's pretty neat. Let's see. Rick says, racing and beer. He voted for racing and beer. Let's see. We probably got some questions. Roy says GameStop is the greatest thing ever. I think what surprised me the most is that they really showed their hand, and the fact that Robinhood, how it comes out later on, that it's really their customer is the hedge funds. I don't know if you heard this part. So the hedge funds were using the information. Robinhood was all like, free trades. but they were sharing that consumer information with the hedge funds, so the hedge funds could get a jump on the consumers. I did get an email from my broker, TD Ameritrade, that said, yeah, you can't trade in any of these stocks unless you actually own them. And I don't really do like, I mean, this is called like naked cover, calls or naked puts. I don't do that stuff. Okay, let me see what we got here. Brian says, is there a good on-car valve spring tester for the CT525?
I haven't found one yet, honestly.
I should probably have a talk with LSM
probably.
And see what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, I really haven't found a good one. Yeah, not much that exists out there. There's probably some cheesy ones that'll work, that you can make work, but it'll tell you if like something's way down. But I've not found anything as I would say is good.
Yeah. So Dell says, glad you got home safe from Florida. Oh yeah, so I guess that leads us into, what did you do with this week?
You went and bought an Uber van.
I swear to God, you love to make fun of like literally everything I do.
It's kind of funny actually.
But what happened was, I got to back up because I have every intention of going to Bristol and bringing product with me. And so my brother and I were talking, and that Transit Connect van, that Ford Transit Connect, that's what I just bought. So, but I tell you a story about how I bought it though, because I couldn't even get a dark colored one here. I could only buy white, and Jimmy is going to wrap it. My brother's going to wrap it. And he was actually going to go to Florida with me because then we were going to go catch a race or something. Well, it turns out, I already got this deal. And the reason I went to Florida was because Brandon Ford.
Yeah.
Brandon Ford sponsors Kyle Bronson. And, if Chevrolet made a...
He's a really good customer of mine and a really good customer of yours.
Yeah, absolutely. And great customer of my brother's as well. So, I want to spend money with the people who... that I believe in, and I was actually able to save thousands of dollars by going down there.
Yeah.
So I flew down on Thursday evening and picked up my van on Friday, and then I just decided to drive back. So
you decided to drive back because the beach was too cold.
It was. I didn't know. I didn't really have a plan. But I was like, I had my swimsuit with me and my capri pants and the whole deal. And then it turns out it's like 60 degrees. And I was like, I might as well just go ahead and head back. But I'm glad I did because, of course, now it was raining overnight.
Yeah,
it was snowing. It's doing all kinds of icky things. See, the thing is, you guys, I don't really like to drive, and I really don't like driving long distances.
Right.
But, I sucked it up, and now we've got a new Transit Connect van, and at some point it's going to like CrateInsider all slathered on the side of it, and it'll be fun.
There you go.
It'll be fun. Darren says, aloha. Brandon says, hey, and Tim says, hey. Let's see, Watson Racing says, hey, how y'all? Pick up new van. So yeah, I'll have some new pics of the new van. I was just exhausted, so I didn't do any social media yesterday.
Probably get some pics of it once it's wrapped and stuff.
I will.
It'll look kind of cool.
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, kind of cool. It'll look really cool because Jimmy, probably the best in the business.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy will do an awesome job.
What are you meowing for, you crazy
Roy says, they just bought a banner on the New York Stock Exchange ticket to kick him in the teeth. Stash gave us a warning. Oh, man. I would love to see that banner. Fred says, what do you think about mods and sport mods racing at Bristol? Come on. Bring one, bring all.
Well, no. It's going to be safer than watching frickin' front-wheel drive cars race at Bristol. So, I don't have a problem. Most of those are, safely built race cars. The thing I'm worried about is they're going to end up killing somebody in that front-wheel drive division.
Roy says, Tyler Erb controversy was a bit amusing, too. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us?
Him and Ziegler getting into it at East Bay.
Oh, what'd they do?
Kind of wrecking each other kind of deal.
Gotcha. So we got a question here from Jeff. He says, hey guys, my 604 gets warm on heavy drivey tracks. Radiator is clean. What size thermostat do you recommend? And could it be a gear ratio problem?
No thermostat is what I recommend. I never recommend a thermostat. A couple common things that make ones run hot is going to end up being, obviously not a good fan shroud. If you don't have a shroud, you need a shroud. And it needs to be a really well-built, tightly formed fan shroud. That's the biggest thing. The other thing is you've got to get air in front of that radiator in order for the fan to suck air through the radiator. So in most dirt late models, you got a big low-pressure area in front of that radiator because we're trying to get wind or air from getting from underneath we're trying to keep air from getting underneath the car. Well, that's counterproductive to keeping an engine cool. So at some point, you got to get a little bit of air underneath that front end to get, enough air in front of that radiator for that fan to be able to suck air through the radiator.
Yeah. It's interesting. A couple weeks.
Gear ratio wise, probably not. I mean, just unless you're just lugging it all the way around the racetrack, no, that's probably going to be your issue.
So what was interesting, you bring up air, and it reminds me of a couple weeks ago, well, mostly because it's super fresh in my mind, is the Race Logic Chassis School, the Crate late model class. Yeah. And talking about aerodynamics.
Well,
fascinating.
The whole part of that class is we don't want any air under the car.
I know.
But then here I am sitting there as an engine builder, sitting in the corner going, yeah, we do. We need a little bit of air underneath that car in order to get the damn engine cool.
Yeah, no, it's been fascinating.
So the guy that can run the least amount of fan blade on a 604 and get just enough air under the car to actually let the engine run cool is going to be the guy that's going to be the fastest dude out there. So.
It's interesting. Yeah. Now, that does bring up a question, though, that nobody's asking except for me, but why aren't we running the electric fans on
I've tried. Years and years ago, we tried. I had electric fan motors that I got from friends of mine who worked at Hendrick that we're talking $1,000 fan engines and stuff like that. And I have yet to keep one cool on dirt. You can keep one cool probably for a weekend racing kind of deal, but if you're running 20 laps, hammer down, not lifting, I have yet to keep one cool. The only way I was able to cool them down is under caution. So
Is it just not have the CFM?
Yeah, I guess. It's just, we've tried everything.
Interesting. Well, just to give you guys an update, there are several of you who were at the Crate Late Model class. As many of you know, I am the one who's doing all of the video editing. So somehow I squeezed a Florida trip and I run Crate Insider and do this show and kind of all the things.
And your video editing.
And I'm my video editing. So I am complete with day one. It's all up on the website. Yep. And I am a third of the way through, I'm a third of the way through day 2. It's already posted up on the website. And so I'll probably, if I want to get it done today, it'll probably be, midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
However much time is on there, it takes me about 3 times as long because I literally have to watch it all, and then back up and whatever. Yeah. So I'm going to be super, I would hope to be a super expert.
You're going to be super informed.
Yeah, the funny thing is, when I was there, I don't catch much because I'm just is that camera on? Is that the right angle? It was pretty funny. Yeah. So, and
speaking of the microphone.
Yeah, exactly. Microphone. Do you have any idea how many questions? I have no idea what the questions are because there's no microphone. So, people are going to see in the end that why I was microphone person.
You're a bit of a microphone Nazi.
I wasn't going to say it. I was just going to let you say it. So, I'm working hard. Anybody who didn't sign up online, by the way, I've gotten a couple of those questions. We will get that. It's just I've focused on getting the video editing done, and then we'll go through and update all those email addresses. So just letting you know, doing our best over here. Let's see. Jack says, hey to both of us. Todd Cooney says, love my new engine. Thank you.
Nice.
Dave says, hey. Jeff says, cool. Thanks, guys. I do have a proper fan shroud, or I do have a dismal shroud. I'll get a proper one.
Yeah, get a proper one. It's honestly, there's nothing that I've seen that people, maybe what is that, Car House, I think, sells a pretty decent one. But, I have yet to find one that's, fits every application, so you about have to hand build one. Yeah. To make sure you've got it, the way it needs to be.
Yeah, I saw one from Dominator just because, cold air boxes and fan shrouds are 2 things that racers absolutely hate fabricating. Right. So, by having those available, it's just not trying to sell something, but... I will try to sell something if it makes sense. Dave says air stall, Steve. Mm-hmm. Air stall?
Air stall.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe talk about, I'm not sure. Jeremy says, tell him to buy one of those race fans you sell. Race fans are awesome. Yeah.
Well, I actually like them because you can actually tune the exact amount of cooling you want on the engine. Mm-hmm. So, if you need 3 blades, you can run 3. If you need 4, you can run 4. I'd never recommend running more than 4, so.
Yeah. They just, the picture of all
2
6.
2 to 4, it gives you an option.
Well, when you look at the picture of 6, it just looks really pretty in the picture.
It's like an airplane prop.
Yeah. Brian says Rona. I don't know. I hope you're not down with the Rona. Nobody wants to have the Rona. Oh my gosh. You should see this article that they wrote locally here. And about how we're in Rutherford County, that we are now like the highest cases per capita, and, you know, get the vaccine and blah, 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 blah. And basically, you know, like, we suck. And so I didn't post this publicly because, well, I don't know. I just don't want my Facebook stuff shut down. Right. But I did post into my Reopen group. I have this local group. And I was like, whoa, talk about some victim blaming and shaming. I thought we don't do that anymore, you know? Yeah. And if they'd have told us where it was, I was like, you know, I use Waze for navigation. And like Waze is all like, car stopped on the side of the road. Right. Animals ahead on the side of the road.
Corona patient.
I get all of these things. Like if you'd have told me, you know, corona patient in 3 blocks, I'd have been all like, whoa, not gonna go there.
I think most of it's nursing home stuff.
It mostly is, but they're still trying to victim blame and victim shame and not take any responsibility at all. And, you know, at this point it is, I mean, if it's going to be out of control, there's no taming it. But it was just like nothing but secrets.
What did I say since day one? Everybody's going to get this shit.
Yeah, well,
they're going to get some variant, some version of it. They're going to get it.
Okay, between my fermented garlic, my elderberry syrup, my vitamin B, C, D, I have and my immune booster every day. Right. I have zero intention of getting this. Like a zero. Not.
I got you.
I hate getting sick. Hate it. All right. Gary says, can we turn the bottom of the fuel pump looking like it's going to touch the frame? 15-pound pump.
I mean, most pumps are I mean, you can clock them. Yeah, you can clock them in a different direction. So like that one you sell. What's that damn thing?
The ProCam.
ProCam one. Yeah, I mean, you can clock it like, you know, the way you need to go.
Oh, Tom is here insulting us. Tom says, so which one of y'all voted Cooper? I want to get to the bottom of this. I'll be honest.
Guarantee it wasn't me.
I don't know one. You know, I think I know one person that voted for Cooper.
I know one person. Well, no, I know 2 people that voted.
2, yeah. We have 2 Democrat friends. They're still friends. I mean, we still love them.
Well, 3, I guess if you count them all.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah.
But I had one friend who did vote for Trump and then vote for Cooper because he didn't know anything about Dan Forrest. But he voted Trump and then Cooper, which is just
I knew everything. I knew everything I needed to know about Cooper. Yeah. Unbelievable. Did you see the latest? So here in North Carolina, we did get the Republican lieutenant governor, which is Mark Robinson.
Which is the other weird thing.
I know. But Mark Robinson, you may know him. He was was it like Greenville or Greensboro, one or the other. His video went viral. Yeah. About here's this, you know, big black guy, and he's standing in front of the city council saying, "Hey, you know, you're talking about taking our guns and do not. I'm a law-abiding citizen."
Second Amendment advocate.
You know, anyway, his video went super viral, and that's how he ended up getting into politics. Yeah. But one of the things that he's planning on, really ran on, was reformation of our educational system. And he's looking at the social studies curriculum, and he's like, I don't want this, you know, BS taught, this critical race theory. I mean, remember, he's black. Yeah. I'm just, you know, but he's also been supportive of racing and all this. I mean, we love Mark Robinson. Yep. Well, he wanted to have a meeting with the Board of Education, tried to set a meeting, and they would just keep on stonewalling him. Now they've set up a meeting. Oh, yeah, on the day the Senate opens, and as Lieutenant Governor, he's the presiding person to open up the Senate. Yeah. I mean, what kind of backstabbing crap is that? Mm-hmm. So, of course, he's fighting back, and, you know, I think there's a petition online or something, so I haven't signed it yet, but
welcome to politics, Mark Robinson.
Yeah, unbelievable. Cameron says, hello, how's my favorite Sunday doctors doing?
Drinking medicine.
Yeah. Cameron says, I like your shirt, Steve. Yeah.
I like my shirt, too.
Yeah, get your hoodie on. Yeah. I actually have my tank top version on.
It's a new and improved Crate Insider shirt.
Yeah, the new one. I really like it. And Tom says, I don't even run a crate motor and in South Carolina and still know he's bad news. Yeah, Cooper sucks. Cooper is terrible. I mean, he's terrible. I don't even listen. I'm completely tuned out. I just the guy's
voice is so annoying now. I can't. I mean, it's like listening to Joe Biden.
Oh, it is. And it's here in North Carolina.
And then
normal.
who's that whiny ass bitch he has is
Mandy Cohen,
whatever the fuck her name is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can't stand her either.
Yeah, I was hoping the Biden administration
the pseudo fake doctor.
No kidding. Man, you'd think she could have been the assistant to the assistant.
Of course, it could be worse. We could have Pennsylvania's.
I know. That's exactly where I was going with that.
Poor bastards up in Pennsylvania. Holy shit.
No, they're lucky
At least they got rid of the tranny, and the tranny's going to the damn HHS.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is why can't Mandy be the assistant to the assistant or something, you know?
Holy crap.
Yeah. Unbelievable. So yeah, so that was pretty much my week, is answering the phone, flying to Florida, and video editing. That's kind of all the things. Mm-hmm. I think that's all. I don't know, is that all the things?
It's probably a lot of the things.
I know, right on the heels of coming home from Alabama last weekend. So as soon as this class is done, then I'll be in the video editing mode for the street stock class. And
that'll be that IMCA. What's you doing? IMCA thing?
Well, I'll be doing that February 12th and 13th.
Oh yeah.
I'm flying out to Nebraska, and I'll be filming the IMCA stock car.
Somebody's birthday's next Saturday too, right?
I heard maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, if everybody wants to get Kate something, just her birthday's next Saturday. I think she's what? How old are you?
We do not talk about that.
35?
Oh, sure, we can roll with that. I'll go with 40-something. That's kind of my final answer.
All right.
Yeah, that's my final answer. Yeah. No big 50th blowout for me ever, because then I'm never going to get there.
Well, you're not 50 yet, so.
No, you are.
You're close.
Old. Shut it.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Shut it. I mean, I can take a lot of crap, but we will not be talking about my age. Yeah. Lindsay Cameron says he likes my shirt too. Yeah, I had my tank tops made especially for me. For me. All right, Tom says, serious question for Steve.
Yeah.
Are you in serious mode?
I'm in serious mode.
Okay. Do you think with the Crate Insider mufflers you gain too much bottom end, open motor, 2-barrel, Crate Racing USA street stock, and it kills top end?
No, not at all. I've seen in some applications where it does kill a little bit of top end, but regardless of the application, I want torque. I don't give a shit about horsepower, honestly. We're not drag racing. We're circle track racing. So we have to be able to come off a corner at a low RPM and accelerate and get down a straightaway and then do the same thing, twice per lap. So I like torque. I don't like horsepower. Doesn't mean shit to me. So in other words, the more low end torque I can increase, the more gear I can pull out of a car, which ultimately means mile per hour. And the more mile per hour you get, the faster you're going at the end of the straightaway. Regardless, really, honestly, what you have for horsepower.
That's a really good explanation. Well, one thing I've picked up from being in the editing mode here is just the importance of corner entry. That we talk about corner exit a lot, but corner entry is so important.
Yeah, and then, corner entry affects corner exit.
Right.
But.
Well, and that's just it. It's like talking about corner exit, you really have to go back about 60 feet, and what were you doing back there?
Right.
And that's a really interesting thing.
I mean, the only exception to this rule is if you're racing at some place where you're just flat on the wood all the time, you're never lifting, you're changing RPM from straightaway to corner 1500 RPM, then yeah, ultimately, top end horsepower is going to be, a pretty big factor. But, I'd still rather take off better than the guy next to me and beat him to the first corner, and then I don't have to worry about that.
Flat on the wood. That's a new one for me. Flat on the wood. If you're flat on the wood, what is that supposed to mean? If you're flat on the wood.
Gas pedal on the floorboard.
Okay. Flat on the wood. I'm sorry, I just can't get over that. It's hilarious. All right, Cameron says, bad brownie points, Steve. Never talk age with women. My grandmother told me that a long time ago.
I just tease them all the time.
Yeah. John says, I know what the answer to this question is. Do you think the mufflers would help an open motor?
Exponentially.
Yeah.
More so than a crate engine, honestly. We've got, matter of fact, that at that Ray's Logic School, that question came up.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned that I've seen 65 to 70 foot-pounds of torque on open engines just by bolting the muffler on. Willie at Willie's
Carbs and
Dyno Service, he's seen 100 foot-pounds. And then Ben Baker from AFCO, they put some on
Casey
Kane's sprint car. And what was it, 150 foot-pounds of torque?
Like 135 or 165.
It was some ungodly amount
insane.
that I'd never... And it's just mind-boggling what these things will actually do.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And when you... And part of what you... Now, there lies a problem that you can get into. Because the sprint car guys who've tried this stuff, yeah, if they're on just this hammer-down, awesome, badass racetrack, yeah, these mufflers they're loving them. Mm-hmm. But they, how often do they race on that? Not a whole lot. So they get into scenarios where they've got way too much torque, so they got to take those things off.
Oh, so yeah.
They're beneficial, but they're not in certain applications.
Well, there is such a thing as, too much is too much.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's all... Yeah, and I think that's always the fascinating thing about racing.
But again, I don't know that they've, caught on to the whole theory that, you're making 160 more foot-pounds of torque, pull 30 points of gear out of the thing and going faster.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So it just...
Well, but the fascinating thing to me about racing performance is it's all about balance. Whereas if I'm marketing, I mean, more is better.
Oh, yeah.
There's no end of more is better unless people just absolutely get sick of you and you just completely saturate
right.
everything. I mean, I suppose there's a limit on everything, but really, I mean, there's nothing like the balance that we're looking for. That if you do this here, you got to do something else over here because,
right.
Honestly, it's more like life because. It's just the law of unintended consequences. Yeah. It's all the decisions that we make affect everything else.
What we're running into a lot nowadays, I think with more open engine stuff, is they're already producing more power than they can possibly put to the ground. I mean, you've got Lucas Oil World Outlaw late models that are, qualifying on one carburetor and, carb spacer combination. And then throughout the night, they're tapering it down to a carburetor that's knocking 200, 250 horsepower off the engine. Mm. So, because they can't hook the shit up. Look at East Bay. Look at East Bay this last week. These dudes are riding around there idling. If you could qualify with a 604, you could win the feature out there with a 604 against the supers. So, it's not there's such a thing as massive overkill.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. Sorry, I'm making another drink, guys, so we can keep going. You can check out the other questions that are on there, Steve.
I don't know how to scroll in this fucking thing.
Well, that's why there's a mouse next to it, because the scroll thing on the laptop sucks.
I guess you go up. Oh, wait, hang on.
Somebody asked me what I think about the Hunt the Front guys. I think they do a great job. I love what they do, and they provide a fantastic example for other racers about
I don't know who you're talking about, but...
HTF is
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. You know Hunt the Front. You know who they are.
I think
yeah,
Model A's, Headwood and Floorboard. Right. Yeah.
And somebody apologized for making you so serious, but we're here for serious things too.
Hell, I'm not serious. I'm drinking fucking Scotch.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You know what you need?
What?
You need bourbon. That way you can have one bourbon,
one Scotch and one beer.
Yeah.
It's good Scotch, by the way. Anybody ever wants to try that? Like I said, try that shit right there. Freaking awesome.
Oh, Dalmore is what it is?
Yep. Yeah. That was gifted to me by the owner of Profab for my birthday. So.
Oh, fantastic.
He's got good taste in Scotch.
Well, that's great. And you have good taste in headers.
I guess.
Yeah. Kind of a thing. I'm making my drink over here. Making my drink!
Let's see.
Enchiladas.
You left and all the questions stopped.
I don't know. I'll come by and fix it. I don't know. Keep asking.
Here's Crates are very competitive against the Opens. Hang on. I'm trying to get used to this scrolly shit. Crates are very competitive against the Opens here in Oz. In Australia, a 525 won our Pro Series last year. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. A lot of those. I raced on the west coast of Australia I mean, the East Coast of Australia back in the day, and a lot of those tracks we went to, they weren't very grippy. So I can see where that would probably be a pretty good place for a 525 to go race. And a lot of the racing I've seen on the West Coast, it doesn't appear as though there's a whole lot of places where you can use it, lay a whole lot of power to the ground. So.
Gotcha. So weird coming back and then like I'm still not on the camera because of the delay. Let's see. Oh, Gary says mash your motor, and Mitch says, yeah, I think Model A's had a wooden floorboard, right?
Probably.
The Model A's,
Yeah.
So that would be the wood thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And the Cameron says, hunt the front. Their tire guy is really good. That's cool. I didn't know that. Ooh, Dave says, what about running shocks, big body up or down? I don't know. You don't really do shock things.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not quite following the question there.
I'm not either. What about running shocks, big body up or down? Big body shocks?
I assume you're like talking big bulb gas shocks or something like that. I mean, if you're talking that, I mean, the body's always up.
Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Whether you run them upside down or right side up. One thing
I mean,
learned,
ultimately it doesn't matter because it's gas shock if it's a gas shock. But, yeah, I mean, the body's always up just for clearance on everything modern.
Josh says, does running 10 or 12 nights before changing valve springs sound pretty common with most 604 guys?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's extremely common. And normally that's what we recommend is 10 to 12 nights. And I mean, the springs you take off might be perfectly fine. But I recommend doing that because that's normally when we recommend leaking an engine down. And if you're going to leak it down, you're going to have the rockers off. You're going to have everything off the engine anyway. So you might as well just change the damn springs at the same time.
There you go. Gerald says, thanks for the much needed break from shoveling 8 inches of snow. I'll tell you, there is not a jealous bone in my body right now.
God, no.
Not even one.
I had to shovel 1 inch of snow last night.
Wow. Did you though? Did you actually shovel any?
No, I just scooped it out of the way with my foot.
I figured that. I can't imagine you actually getting out there with a shovel.
Oh God, no! I'm gonna buy a fucking flamethrower if I gotta shovel snow.
We also know it's gonna melt in like 15 minutes.
Well,
you know,
yeah, it's North Carolina.
or it's gonna ice over overnight.
Yeah.
Those are your options on that. But yeah, I grew up in Iowa and Minnesota, and you know what? Zero jealousy.
Well, it did actually snow here a few weeks ago, and I did bust my ass in the snow. So.
You did.
Of course, it turned into ice, so that's why I busted my ass.
Well, because all the snow turns into ice here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mitch says you were talking about putting it to the wood, so yeah, that was the Model A deal.
Yep, there you go.
Yep. And I'm already on drink number 2, so. Cameron says, I went to 4 shops in the past 2 days, and 3 of them had the new 604 Profab headers. Wow. Popular. Oh, Cameron says, I'm the hunt the front tire guy.
Oh. There you go.
Well, fantastic. Great. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of their stuff. I've just caught glimpses and I talked to them on the phone.
I honestly don't know who it is.
I'll show you. It's something that, I mean, I saw like Christian and Alex watch it.
Oh, okay.
It's like the guys, they vlog when they go to the track, but they got great camera angles and the guy that does the filming, he used to work at Dirt on Dirt.
Okay.
So he's got a really
all right. So it's a professionally done deal. Yeah.
You know, it's approachable, but you know he
Yeah.
does have a professional background, and it's like brothers that race,
Yeah.
and you know they've got like 25 or 30,000 like YouTube subscribers, like way more than CrateInsider.
Yeah.
Dave says, not exactly. Steve, sprint cars invert shocks. 1 to keep lower center of gravity, and 2nd help with cavitation.
I don't race fucking sprint cars. I race late models.
Yeah. So, we don't know. Yeah, we're not shock people. I'm trying to learn this stuff. I really am, but it's still like, what? Whoosh. I mean, I can identify it. That's like, you know, water pump, engine, fuel pump, air filter, shock.
Upside down shock, right side up shock.
I actually don't even know. But what I did learn is that Doesn't matter if they're upside down or right side up. Compression is compression, and
That's
rebound is rebound.
exactly right.
I learned that from Robbie Bilbrey, and I will take that moving forward. So that's my big shock knowledge of the day. Although I will have a new product this week that has to do with shocks that I'm really excited about. That I'm not. No, stop it. No.
It's right here.
It is right there. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, you can show them.
Should I show them?
You can show them. I'll actually do I don't even.
Should I take it out of the package?
If you want to. I haven't even listed it on the website yet.
Why not?
Because it just arrived on.
See, you guys get to see it here first.
Arrived here on Thursday, and then.
You get to see it here first.
So this is an all-Geyer bump stop. And the cool thing about it is this is made out of like a polyurethane type of material, and it doesn't lose anything. So like foam things, they.
Well, what Robbie say at the deal? T-Max run one for 40-something races, right?
Oh, Robbie's run on a car for 80 races. Ben Baker's running on a car for 100 races. Yep. And these, you can even, if it's too tall, you can cut off a thing. You can put them back.
And here's the shim stacks. You can shove shims in there, cut them off as you need them, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and each of those shims, I mean, on the Spring Smasher, since I just saw all this stuff today, each one of these shims will raise your rate by about 100 pounds or so.
Yep.
You know, at that 3-inch.
So if you don't have a shot guy that knows about these, get a new shot guy.
They're kind of like the Trick-est secret that's out there, and they'll run $60. So I'll have them up on the website tomorrow. But they really just arrived on Thursday afternoon, and I was flying out, and so I haven't had a chance. So, but I was showing you that I had them, and we all know that Steve's a premature promoter. So
I'm a premature promoter.
We all know that.
There you go. Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Cameron says it's really wild. Somebody gets hit in the head with a race car tire and he loves to work on the race car tires, and that would be me. Interesting. Andy says, Kate, how is the van? We got Andy here from ProFab.
Oh, there we go.
The van's awesome. I mean, you know, I had to do the thing where I like drive 9 hours in it. I have an intimate relationship with the van at this point.
And you already slept in it.
I did, because I was tired. I was bored. You know, that is one word that doesn't come into my vocabulary very
Sleeping
often.
Sleeping in a van?
Well, no, but being bored.
Oh.
I'm trying to think if I've ever slept in a van
Sleeping
before.
in the van.
The funny thing is I wasn't at a bridge, though. You know, the world...
At least you didn't have a sign that's like saying free candy or anything in the van.
Oh, my God. It's black. That's why I couldn't go with the white one with no windows, you know? So I got the black one with windows. But
hey,
yeah.
You know who Andy had at his house this week?
Bernie
Sanders.
On his big deck?
On his big deck.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. Ryan says, holler out at Ryan Lee on the setup, King. Ain't never seen my Hendren shirt, but still love y'all. Okay. Hey, Ryan Lee. Jeff says, I thought you Yanks only drink Crown Royal. Well, when we look at the Crown Royal collection, we got Crown Royal Signature Blend. We got Crown Royal Peach. We got Crown Royal Apple.
And I'm
technically
not a Yankee since I was born below the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah, we have like 3 or 4 kinds of Crown in the Barsenal here. So yeah. So if anybody's new to the show, this is the people give him whiskey and they give me vodka, and I'm not a big drinker, so it all adds up. Nude ice cubes.
New ice cubes. Nude ice cubes.
Not nude ice cubes. So we call it the Barsenal now. Andy says Steve brought Bernie to sit on my deck. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, was it you, Steve, that did the...
Bernie's over there to fuck him like he's about to fuck everybody else.
Oh my God, stop it. No, I don't know. I think that's a competition. I mean, wow. Yeah. I don't even know. Okay, that's the sound of ice cubes as Steve makes more ice cubes. Yeah, we're gonna eat later on. Sort of have the show, have some food, and then I'm back to video editing. So I can't be drinking too many things.
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting. But no, I love the van. I didn't buy it as like a dream van. I bought it as, it's like an awesome tool.
Is there such thing as a dream van?
There are. Because, like people convert them into these like basically tiny houses.
I guess.
Pretty much. I mean, it's like a whole thing. You know, especially those VW vans or some of these Sprinter vans that people turn
No, you
into.
bought this because if like the whole racing business goes to shit, you're going to be an Uber driver.
Well, that's my backup plan. Yeah. It's nice to have a backup plan. Ooh, speaking of backing up, it has a backup camera. I'm used to like the 2009 Toyota
I hope there's
Matrix.
no backup alarm.
No, it doesn't go
All right, good.
beep, beep, beep. Doesn't do that. Doesn't do that. Has cruise control, which, you know, I expect. But actually, the Matrix didn't come with cruise control. It had to be put on it. It should have been a red flag. But the Matrix, yeah. I love my Matrix. I will drive it until the wheels fall off, just so that I can tow it to Mike Johnson at Hickory Toyota.
And shove it up their ass?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, make them make them
Do you want to give a shout out to them on the show?
Yeah, I just did. You know, Mike Johnson, Hickory Toyota, where I will never buy a car again because they sold me a fleet vehicle without telling me. And then when I asked them to repaint my car, when the decals were coming through, you can still see where it says like Rico Printer and a phone number on my car. And I went there to buy a new car. They sell me a used car, you know, my fault, whatever. And yeah, so here we are. And it has lifetime powertrain. So I will drive it until the wheels fall off. I bought this car in 2013.
It's got lifetime powertrain, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so then you can like, you know.
Yeah, so I will drive it
warranted.
till the wheels fall off. So yes, it's 2013. It was 2013 when I bought that. So yes, we're almost 8 years later, and I'm still pissed. Mm-hmm. All they had to do was repaint my car.
Right.
That was it. And then I wouldn't be telling bad things about Mike Johnson's Hickory Toyota. Don't shop there. Instead, go to Brandon Ford in Brandon, Florida. Mm-hmm. They took care of me. Now, if I was buying Chevrolet, of course, I would go with, you know, Sweeney or City Chevrolet. Yeah. I think Newsom Raceway. They just
Newsom, Newsom Chevrolet.
Yeah. They. But I think they just do the performance stuff. I don't think they.
I think they're still a dealership.
Are they? Well,
yeah.
I
mean, Newsom Raceway Parts is the performance side of it, but they still sell.
So they're part of the dealership too. Okay, gotcha. I didn't. You know, there's so much separation.
Yep.
Okay, great. Cameron says, I also want to give a big shout out to Corey at Dirt Car Lift for all the great service. You probably mean Cody. Thank you. Let's see. Thank you so much for all the help. We changed race cars and he was able to send me all the parts to get it to where it matches up perfectly with the car that we are running now. Good. Excellent.
Dirt Car Lift's the best lift out there.
Andy's calling me a soccer mom.
Yeah, with the... You could haul a soccer team in that thing.
You know, I am
like a little miniature kid soccer
I'm a
team.
stick figure family away from being a soccer mom.
Yeah.
Except for my stick figure family would be Kate and Pippi.
Hey, at least Kate can haul headers now, Andy.
I can. Actually, it was one of the reasons I bought it. Yes. Okay.
Of course, now she just needs a taco truck taco trailer to like pull behind it.
I thought about getting the towing package on it, but then I kind of dodged out at the last minute, and then I was like, you know, actually I watched a YouTube video and I looked at how much towing kits were, and I was like, yeah, I don't need to pay $700 for a towing package that I can buy for like $150 and maybe go talk to my daddy.
Oh shit, poured too much.
Is there such a thing as? Yeah, I don't know. Ted says, I was taught upside down mount on the shock is all about unsprung weight. Sprung weight versus unsprung weight. Wanted to tell you this when you were up here, but never connected. But here goes. Real race cars don't have fenders. And should have seen Stan Lester's face when I met him for first and last time. Stay warm. Stay warm.
Yeah, I mean, unsprung weight.
So Ted is a good friend of Vicky's.
Unsprung weight was a thing in the 90s and the early 2000s. It's not a thing now. Not by any way, shape, or form. I mean, you've got guys pouring control arms full of lead. You've got, you know, tungsten lever axle tubes. You've got all sorts of crazy shit going on nowadays. And unsprung weight is just not a thing anymore. And then the other part of it is Stan. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
He also says real race cars don't have fenders.
Yeah. Well, we will agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah, gotcha.
I would argue that real race cars don't have wings on top, but...
I don't know. Is it a race car? Is it a plane? Yeah.
What is it?
Nah, I like sprint cars. They're fun to watch.
I would still get my left nut to drive a sprint car, but...
No.
I just gotta give them sprint car dudes shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why you don't get a sprint car. I mean, they're little. How hard can it be? I mean, you don't have to be like a touring guy. I mean, go get you a sprint car.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just never had the chance to drive one. I had chances to, but I just never got around to doing it. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're not getting any younger.
Neither are you, Miss Birthday Girl, next weekend.
Well, yeah, there's that. Yeah.
Better shut up or I'll tell everybody how old you are.
No, you will not. No, that is a bad idea.
53.
I am not.
I mean...
I am not. Stop. I'm going to get mad at you. You don't want me to get mad at you.
Oh, God, no, I know.
It doesn't end well for people. I'm really, really nice and, until I'm not. Oh, God. Andy says, vintage racing would be a perfect fit for Steve.
Motherfucker. All right, Andy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I think it's on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The battle's on.
Yep.
Yeah, those Bernie memes were freaking hilarious. I know Tori made one with, like, the minute I left. I mean, like, here I am, I'm gone, and I get it. Where am I? I must have been in Alabama then, and she's sending me the message with Bernie sitting in my office.
I think you were on the plane.
Yeah, I was. And she's messaging me that here's Bernie sitting in my chair, and next thing you know, he was like camping out in my Airbnb.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell? Yeah.
Bernie's been everywhere this week.
He has. He's been super popular.
I want to know if Andy makes headers for vintage race cars.
I think they make headers for anything. They're actually going to do some type of a television program. I saw where Andy was posting that they've got, like, here's this super secret project that they're building some custom headers for something or another.
We should do a television program on like, me and my brother yelling at each other every day.
You guys could.
What's that stupid motorcycle thing that they had where, like, the dad and the son or the brothers, they're all yelling at each other the whole time?
I mean, it's kind of like that pawn shop one. I don't
know.
I watched the motorcycle one.
Yeah, we could totally pull that off.
Or is that where just, like, you yell at Mike and Alex and then nobody else says anything? And
I yelled at Alex this week. Trust me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Cameron's wishing me a happy birthday.
I won't get into that. But.
Well, that's good. Yeah, just wait. Be patient.
Oh, I'm being patient.
That's good. It's a thing. I understand. Yeah. I did not yell at Alex this week. Alex came and helped me with Top 5 Tuesday, like usual.
I was extremely angry on Tuesday.
Wow. I was not extremely angry on Tuesday. I had a good show, and it's been a...
No, it was Wednesday. It would have been Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it was later. All right, well, I think we're wrapping up. I don't see any more questions.
All right.
Yeah, so do you have any last thoughts or anything that you got going on this week?
It's only like 5:30.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like the questions have kind of dwindled, and
no,
I don't have anything else interesting to say.
I mean, no, we're insanely busy, so.
Yeah. Yeah, Crate Insider's insanely busy, and I have about another, I'm going to guess 30 hours of video editing to do.
Yeah.
30, maybe 40. But I'm going to try to crank it out as quickly as I can. So, I really want to get that out there to everybody and doing the best I can. So, yeah, that's all we can do. And I don't travel again until February. I guess I have to make my flight reservations because I'll tell you what, I'm not driving to Nebraska. I'll tell you that.
Are you not?
Hell no.
You just bought a fucking van.
Yeah, I know, it's way farther than Florida.
You can sleep in it, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't have bench seats like what you would think. You think, I can curl up on the bench seat. No, I mean, I sat in the driver's seat. Here's the crazy thing about how the world has changed a little bit, though, is that back in the day, I mean, I used to travel all over the country. I literally lived on the road for 5 years. And so I wasn't scared of really anything.
Right.
I certainly slept in more than one rest area, just to catch, just to catch a couple hours and then move on.
Yeah.
Done that, been there. But this time, like, I pulled into a rest area in South Carolina. I'd made it that far. I was about halfway. So I had about 4.5 hours to go.
So you're like the southern end of South Carolina.
Yeah, like I had just, crossed from Georgia to South Carolina. Yeah. So there's a rest area.
And you're on 95 probably, right?
Yeah. And I pull in there and I'm like, I don't really like this. I'm like, I'm not, I just don't have a good vibe. So I didn't make it for very long. And I've learned a long time ago to go ahead and trust my spidey sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, no, don't like this. So I just kept going. And then I got to I think it was a pilot truck stop.
Oh, that's usually,
yeah. So it's interesting that I felt completely safe in the Pilot or the Love.
Worst thing that happens there, you get a lot lizard like knocking on your window or something.
Yeah, I mean, less likely to happen, but it was weird. It just felt super creepy at the South Carolina rest area, which was really sad because those used to be, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It just felt creepy for whatever reason, and I don't know how they could uncreepify it.
There might have been a serial killer there, and you just lasered in on the whole fact there was a serial killer there.
I guess. So I pulled into the Pilot, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna crash out.
Yeah.
Crash out for a little while. Okay. And we got more questions though. Kyle says, love the show, dropping down from open motor mod to 602 mod IMCA. Explain why the Performance 602 says unleaded gas only, and will 110 be okay? Well, first of all, 602s are made for passenger cars, so.
Well, I mean the 602 cylinder head on those is just a Vortec head. So, I mean, it's been on pickup trucks and vans since 97 or something like that. So the reason you're able to run, the reason they recommend unleaded only is it's just the whole GM thing, and it's the way that they have to, like, in order to market their stuff. I think they have to meet certain EPA standards or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a performance.
Well, they're in the business to sell you an engine, and they want to help
Yeah.
you. They want to help you to make it last.
Yeah, so everything they're doing
We want to make it go fast.
We want to make it go fast, yeah. And 110, yeah, you can run it on 110 without a problem. I don't recommend 110. I don't think 110 belongs in a 602 because it's way too much octane, and so you're costing yourself power. If you want to stick with a race gas, I would definitely be something down around 95 to 101 maximum octane rating.
Cameron says, y'all make me happy. I'm in a good mood, or great mood now. Thank you. Timothy says, Steve needs to come back to With to race.
Oh, trust me, that's my second favorite racetrack in the entire Southeast.
Wow.
That place is just awesome.
Cameron says now it's 74.5 degrees in Florida right now.
See, if you'd have stayed, you'd have been able to go to the beach.
Yeah, I needed to be back and be at video.
But you had to get shit done.
Well, I actually was. I took the laptop with me, so when I got there, because I had to prep all my footage first, and so I was actually in my hotel room prepping video, and then when I woke up on Friday, I wake up at like 6, so took a shower and then edited video for a couple hours, and then.
It's funny. Back to With, I had a customer of mine came to pick up an engine. He races it With. And he came to pick up an engine, I think it was Thursday or Friday. And we're just sitting there shooting the shit because the freaking forklift we used to load it ran out of gas, propane. So we had to go get propane, do all that shit. So we're just sitting around talking. And we get to talking about With. And I've run supers at With, I've run crates at With, everything else. And it's one of those tracks where the first time you go there, it can be really intimidating. So the most common thing that happens is and my favorite thing is turn 3, because people will go driving off into turn 3 and they lift about 20 car lengths too early. So then they got this big giant push across the center of the corner, up across the track, and then just lose all this time and everything else. So I had a customer of mine one time and was like, I know you've run With a bunch. He's like, what do you recommend? I'm going there the first time. I said, when you get to turn 3 and your nuts tell you to lift, go 20 car lengths deeper, then lift. and he's like, oh yeah, okay. So then he calls me the next morning. He's like, yeah, you were right.
Go deep.
Go deep or go home with him.
All right. Kyle says, thanks for the info. I'll be on that 602. Well, cool. Anything else?
I got nothing.
I got nothing either. Ready to make some dinner. Edit some video. It's my life now.
Eating and editing?
Eating and editing, yes. Yeah, and being ready with my van so I can live under the bridge down by the river.
You know what you can do?
Ooh, what can I do? It's gonna be bad.
So,
Don't be making fun of the van.
when you got nothing better for evil assistant Tori to do, you can like send her out and make her Uber drive in the Crate Insider van.
Okay, well, number one.
I think it'd be hilarious.
Actually, only one in number one is that there is no shortage of things for Tori to do.
Well, you know, I mean, maybe she's a little bit slack one day, and you know.
Dude, that does not happen here. It seriously doesn't happen here.
Okay, so the weekends.
Now I know that you
put her ass to work on the weekends. Make her Uber drive.
Oh my god. No, we love Tori. I love Tori.
Well, I don't not love Tori. I'm just saying, just make her Uber drive, and then, you know, split the profits with her.
No, it's not. It is not how that works. Not at all. Why don't you Uber drive? You can take the Matrix. You can Uber drive in the Matrix.
I got important shit to do.
Oh, because you're so important.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Stuff to do.
Yeah. Jay's asking what you're drinking. Would you like to give one more plug?
Yeah, one more plug. This is a 12-year single malt Scotch. It's completely badass. If you get the chance,
Dalmore.
Try it. I'm telling you, it's like, I'm not a big Scotch fan, but this shit's good.
Yeah. There's another one that you liked too.
That is the Thomas Jefferson, which I've got back there, which I just now saw, which
You have a couple of those.
Vicky Emmett got me from Rush.
Yeah, and somebody else got you one for your birthday too. So yeah.
And it's absolutely amazing. Matter of fact, that might be next weekend's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The whiskey with Steve. Whiskey and.
Oh God, whiskey with Steve could be fucking way dangerous.
Well, what's the difference between? I mean.
Well,
Scott,
that's. I think that's. Look, is that a bourbon? Let me pull it out of there. It's either bourbon or a whiskey.
It's behind the other whiskeys. So let's see. This is the Jefferson Reserve.
Yep, this is bourbon.
So,
all right, so
oh my God, you totally could have one bourbon, one Scotch, and one beer.
All bourbon's from Kentucky.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
So this
Still whiskey, and then
this-
Scotch is from Scotland, right?
This is completely phenomenal.
Yeah, that's
As you
phenomenal.
can tell by how much I've drank.
That was
of it.
one evening, but
So-
sharing it with friends.
Yeah, we were sharing with friends. Jefferson Reserve. It's very, very, very good.
I'm just gonna smell it.
And
I'm
it
not gonna
comes in
drink it.
like a nice, badass thing.
Smells nice. Pretty bottle.
Oh yeah.
It's like an unboxing video.
So this could be. We might kill that one next weekend.
Well, you got a whole nother one over here too.
Yeah, there's a whole new one too. Because
Yeah.
I got another one for my birthday.
Yeah.
But this is the one Vicky Emmett gave me from Rush
Okay.
when we went up for Dad's race at Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Well, you know we're taking.
And I also had a cigar, which I smoked that, and that was completely badass because it was soaked in Jefferson Reserve whiskey.
You know what? I got you cigars. You
Yep.
could soak them in this whiskey.
No,
Here.
that will not turn out good. Trust me.
Oh, with the cigars, icky?
No. We're just not going to soak them and ruin them because these were like rolled after the tobacco was soaked in the whiskey.
Oh, okay. So it was cured.
Totally
it was
different
soaked
deal.
and then cured.
Yeah, it's like I'm not going to take my cigarette and dip it in the whiskey and then try to smoke it.
Well, I mean, you dry it first.
Well, duh, but I'm just saying.
I don't know. It sounds like a fun DIY project.
Sounds like a fun DUI project is what it sounds like.
Oh my God, that is the damn truth right there. Oh, Jay says he's jealous, but lose the ice though. Ooh.
Nah, I like the ice.
Yeah.
I gotta have it a little bit chilled.
Bobby says, talking about coming out to race, I still want you to come back to Watsonville and run.
I would, yeah. And who was that? Bobby
Bobby Huckabee.
Me and him went to school together.
Oh, okay.
Yep, we've known each other for all our lives, I guess. Since we're two old fuckers now. But yeah, no, I'd love to.
Yeah.
Get me one of your cars ready. We'll come out for the Pat Pettit deal, or Pat and Jim Pettit deal.
Mitch says, I'm from Dave Hammond country. Good friend of mine. Yeah, Dave's a great friend of mine.
Dave's a cool dude, other than when he's rolling down the stairs and he's all grumpy because he hurts a lot.
I love Dave. We love Dave.
Which is what he did last week, or week before last.
Yeah, he did. Took a bad fall, but man,
you know what I picture. You ever seen the movie Tommy Boy?
Yeah, many long time ago.
All right. Do you remember when?
I probably don't.
You don't remember when he like rolled down the hill?
No.
So he was like, "Dun-dun." That's how I pictured Dave like going down the stairs.
Oh.
So if you watch the episode of Tommy Boy where he like rolls down the hill, that's how I pictured Dave like rolling down the stairs.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, Gerald says, I like to use whiskey stones. Keeps it chilled without watering it down.
I actually have some of those, yeah.
I probably bought them for you, didn't I?
No, my friend Doug did.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, I've got some. I don't have them here. So.
Right. Yeah, you haven't brought them over to the Barcelona land there at your house.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you might have to bring your whiskey drinking accessories to the Barcelona.
I probably should.
Yeah, may as well. I mean,
I don't know, man. End result's the same, so I'm feeling pretty sporty here now. So.
Are you? Okay. Okay. Cool. But the whiskey stones they're a fun idea.
No, yeah, I've got some.
Yeah. Cool. All right, ready to wrap this up?
If you want to.
Okay.
If you want to.
Yunt. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. We're not that East Coast. We're not that northern to yunt something.
No.
But all right. Well, I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here, and we'll be back next Sunday. I mean, if you guys have a suggestion on time, drop it into the comments.
Yeah, because this whole winter thing's kind of. Yeah.
Oh, when's the Super Bowl?
Oh, next Sunday we might not be here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
because next Sunday is the most important Sunday of the year.
Because it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Correct.
I mean, nobody's going to want to watch our show on Super Bowl Sunday.
I'm certainly not doing it on Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, let's do it on Saturday.
We can do it Saturday or we can do it early Sunday.
That's fine. Either one.
So
you choose.
I will be watching the Super Bowl. I will not be doing this.
No, that's fine. Dealer's choice, but
go Tampa Bay, by the way.
Oh man, they're gearing up for it. You do realize that's where it was in Florida.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyway, tell me a time. I'll post it on the Crate Insider page, and then we will we can go from there. So
you know what we should do?
What should we do?
This might actually be pretty funny. Next Saturday is your birthday.
Is it?
Yes.
Huh.
So maybe we can go live from Copper Penny. Just impromptu. I mean, this is not going to be any polished thing where we got like the perfect light shining at us and all that stuff. We can go live for your birthday and do the show from Copper Penny.
We could.
Just get a table and sit in the corner and like it'll probably be loud and annoying and like there'll be a bunch of people around and shit like that.
Well, it's okay.
But we may have a couple of people there for your birthday too. We don't know.
Don't do anything crazy for my birthday. Just don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything crazy.
Okay. Now I do have a little clip-on ring light, so we will have light. Copper Penny is super dark.
How would I not know you'd have a clip-on ring light?
I absolutely do have a battery-powered clip-on LED ring light.
Big shock.
Yes, I am a junkie for camera equipment. There's a brand new one right there. I'm going to be doing an unboxing video on it this week.
Oh, good Lord. All right.
Well, you saw that one.
At any rate.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a good idea.
So,
well, I mean, so then you can do farmers market in the morning, and then we'll go to.
People might not watch it live, but they'll watch it later on if they want to. So.
Yeah. So it's gonna be my birthday party extravaganza.
Right.
And
or not.
Yeah.
No, apparently not, because you don't want anybody there. So.
Well, no, I'm just like I don't want some crazy big surprise party or anything.
Well, I would invite your brother and your dad and Carla and stuff like that. And,
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
At least then your brother could talk and get your dad in on it. And...
Well, then my brother could also be here, and they could drive up together and then drive back separately and take my van with them.
Well, there's that too.
So he can wrap it.
Right. Because he has all sorts of time to wrap it right now.
Well, I know that. So if it sits there
That's a
and
joke,
it's like...
by the way. He's got no time.
No, I know he doesn't. So if it's there and it's like... Okay,
in his face?
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be right there.
We do that.
Yeah, and plus he might want to test it out to see if he wants one for like taking packages to UPS.
Have you told all your customers what you want for your birthday?
What do I want for my birthday?
I don't know, like gifty stuff.
I don't want anything. I literally don't. No.
Everybody send her a note on Facebook and be sure to wish her happy birthday.
Do not. Please, for the love of God, no.
Please do constant Facebook notification day.
Oh my God.
On Saturday for your birthday.
No. Most of my life is checking messages. I mean, literally, I'll be on the phone, getting a voicemail, getting a text message. There's something coming through on one of the pages. Then there's a comment over on YouTube, and oh my God, the 250 emails that I get a day. So don't, just keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Please. Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. Please say a prayer for Kate today.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So thoughts and prayers, no messages, no gifts. Like,
oh my God.
If there's gifts, only consumables. I don't want any more things in my life. No more things.
So send you candy?
Candy, yeah.
Is it consumable?
Man, I got 45 pounds to lose, so... Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Like, I want for nothing. I am perfectly fine. I'm perfectly grateful for everything that's in my life. If I want it bad enough, I just buy it.
So send her dehydrated fruit.
No, that is a lot of sugar. It's all the sugar. I really don't want anything.
That's natural sugar.
I really, for reals, I really, 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 really don't want anything. And please don't send me messages.
Do you want some scotch?
No. I'm got my Pacifico Chilada over here, and I am perfectly happy.
Alrighty. So you're done?
I'm done.
Better close it out before we make asses out of ourselves.
Oh man, that van drove off a long time ago.
That van's parked up front.
Under the river, by the bridge. All right. Thank you all for being here. We will see you next week sometime. And if you want to check out the podcast, the replay is, of course, available on Facebook. We'll be over on YouTube. And subscribe to our podcast. Subscribe. Give us some 5-star reviews over on Apple iTunes. RacingInsiderspodcast.com. So... help us boost up in the rankings a little bit. Now, that could be a perfect birthday present for me.
Yep, do that and send her a message saying you did it.
Don't. No, I'll see the message that they left a review. That's good enough.
Okay.
That's good enough. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Bye. Send her a message.